The true value of a gift. Today, the church sets before us two powerful examples of choosing principle and sacrifice over worldly comfort, privilege, and vanity. In the first reading, we meet Daniel and his companions. These young men, kidnapped and brought into the service of King Nebuchadnezzar, were offered the best of the world: a rich diet from the royal table, the finest wine, and the intellectual education of the Chaldeans. The king offered them a path to status and power, but Daniel saw this as a source of defilement, a compromise of his Jewish faith and identity. Daniel and his friends chose the simple way: vegetables and water. They chose integrity over indulgence. The result was astonishing. After 10 days, they looked healthier and wiser than those who ate the king's rich food. And God blessed them with knowledge 10 times greater than the king's wisest men. This story reminds us that true blessing comes not from embracing worldly luxury, but from honoring God with simple, uncompromised integrity. This spiritual integrity leads directly into the gospel, where Jesus reveals the ultimate standard of true generosity. Jesus is watching people placing gifts in the temple treasury. He sees the rich people throwing in large sums of money from their abundance. And then he sees a poor widow putting in 2 small copper coins, or mites. This tiny amount was almost worthless by temple standards, a mere fraction of the large contributions made by the wealthy. Yet Jesus says, "Truly I tell you, this poor widow has put in more than all the rest." Why? Because she gave sacrificially. The rich gave from their surplus. They lost nothing and gained praise. The widow, however, gave all the living that she had. Her gift was not measured by its dollar amount, but by its cost to her. It was the totality of her trust, the measure of her love. This passage is a radical challenge to our culture, which values the big and the impressive. Jesus flips the script on conventional wisdom. The worth of the gift is determined by the motive of the giver, not the size of the donation. This lesson applies not just to money, but to our entire lives. When we give 10 minutes of prayer after a long, exhausting workday, that 10 minutes given from our want is worth more than an hour given easily from our abundance. When we offer forgiveness to someone who has truly wronged us, that sacrificial act of charity is worth more than 1,000 easy compliments. When we choose integrity, like Daniel, foregoing a comfortable compromise to adhere to God's standard, that choice, given from our inner strength, is worth more than all the temporary honors the world can bestow. Let us learn from the widow and from Daniel. Let us examine what we truly hold back. May we strive to live with the moral integrity that refuses to be defiled, and to give with the humble sacrifice that gives all the living we have to the God who gave His all for us.